Hey, hey. Happy Thursday. Hey, guys. Oh. Hi. So I have a little bit of time before I have to go pick up the kiddos, and I was going to type this up in my builder group, and thanks. I decided to share it with you guys too. So, hi. Thank you. I get so many comments on that basket. I had bought it, and then, hey, Lori, hey, Janita. The basket is from Hobby Lobby, and then one of my friends said, you should put your empties in it. And I was like, oh my gosh, look at that. Oh no. Hey, from Dallas. Yes, that, I've done a couple things, and people have just loved that basket. It's from Hobby Lobby. It was like, half off their little things. Hey, from Austin. Yes, Jason loved the men's advance. He was crazy busy the entire time. I don't think I talked to him the whole time. But he had a really good time. He loves those events. This is his third men's advance. For those of you that don't know what a men's advance is, hey, from Indiana, I guess Christy. Yeah, that would make it a little difficult to get there. Hey, Tammy. Taxes. That's what I should be doing, but instead I'm periscoping, Lori. Okay, anyway, the men's advance. Super awesome. It's all guys, and I know, it is more fun. Anyway, it's great. Good group of guys. Hey, Caroline. Or Carolyn. I don't know which. I have a niece, and it's Carolyn. But I have a friend who's Caroline, and so I never know the difference. So, sorry if I said that wrong. Line. There we go. Caroline. Hey, Melissa. Okay, so I don't have forever, so I need to focus and talk about what I want to talk about here instead of chit-chatting. But I love chit-chatting, which is why I like Periscope. Okay. Hey, from San Diego. San Diego's amazing. I've been there, maybe just once. It felt like twice. Jason got to go back. He got to go twice. I've only been once. San Diego was incredible. We went up to Encinitas and somewhere just north of there and had Carlsbad. Beautiful, beautiful. Would love to visit there more often. All right, so if you don't know, my name is Jessica Jacobs. I'm a Young Living Platinum, and I have been actively building the business for right at about 3 years. I've been a member for almost 4, and it took me a couple months to start sharing. I shared just kind of as a hobby for a little while, and then finally got serious, and so that was right at about 3 years ago. So like I said, I was about to get on and share in my builder group a couple of thoughts that I had, and decided to do a video. So here we go. So hopefully for a lot of you, last month was amazing in Young Living. We had that awesome starter kit sale, and I know in my group it grew more than it has since last spring. We added more new members than, like I said, we have in a long time. It was my second highest OGV ever. That may not have been the case for you. So please don't think that if you didn't have a good month last month that, you should quit. Okay, not the case. But a lot of people had a really good month. So this month, looking at my new overall members, it has gone down drastically. Which is to be expected. A lot of people last month that have been waiting finally, bit the bullet and got the starter kit. I know I had a couple people who, literally, like, it's been 2 years and they finally did it last month. So a lot of those people that, have probably been on your list went ahead and signed up last month. So you might not have as many people on your list. Or maybe it just, you had things going on personally and it wasn't an amazing month. Totally fine, okay? But if you did have a really good month and you added a lot of people last month, make sure that you are following up with them. Get them plugged in. If you have, user groups, make sure that they're added. Make sure that they know exactly, Danita, and I'll get to that in a second. But make sure they know how to use those user groups. Make sure they know how to get in touch with you. Make sure they have reference materials. I cannot stress enough how important reference materials are. One of the things, there you go, Amory. Already taught a class to new members. That's awesome. One of the things that is so important in this business, and this really should start early on, don't be the expert. You don't have to have the answers. You just have to know where to get the answers. And the more that you point people to where they can find the answers, the more you're showing them and you're empowering them how to use their own oils and how to find the answers for themselves. Because all of my answers I've found either by Google, my reference book, or because I've tried it out. Well, they're going to, again, empower them to find their own answers, because the more you make yourself the expert and the more you make yourself the source, the more overwhelmed you're going to get later down the road. Again, if you've got 5 people under you, it's not a big deal if they text you at all hours of the night, ask you questions. However, when you get 500 people in your organization, if you've trained all of them, all your personal signups to contact you, and then all those people have trained their signups to contact them, everyone is going to be so overwhelmed and not know what to do with themselves. So, thanks, Brenda. It was a discovery, not a prescription. Yes, that's so true. Oils are a discovery. And because of our Western mindset, a lot of times we're taught that, this is the oil that you use for this. But because oils work so differently and one oil can do 40 different things, it is a discovery process. And that's what makes it fun for me is, I get to try different things and see what works best for me and see what works best for my kids, because what works best for me might not be what works best for them. So back to the point here, burnout. Again, I know you're thinking, you may be thinking right now, well, I only have a couple people, so it's okay if they text me and they always ask me. But again, pointing them back to that reference book and saying, oh, well, did you check? What did the reference book say? And then from there, you can help, maybe guide them, but making sure that they know where to find their own answers. Super, super important, no matter where you're at in your journey. So make sure you follow up with all your new people. But one of the other things that I was thinking about, and this has been really, really true in my own personal journey and where I'm at like today, is new builders. Now, this is not true 100% of the time, but bear with me. New builders solve all problems. Sometimes they create more problems. That's why I said it's not always true. But most of the time, new builders are going to solve however you are stuck in your business. Finding a new builder is going to solve that problem. Okay, so here was a graphic that I saw that was really good. What's your secret? This was a quote from Bill Gates. He replied, "There is no secret. I simply showed the plan to 1,200 people. 900 said no, and only 300 actually signed up. Out of those 300, only 85 did anything at all. And out of those 85, only 35 were serious. Out of those 35, 11 made me a millionaire." Boom. There you go. Okay. Over the last 3 years, I don't even know how many people I have taught classes to. Hundreds. I've had about 100 people sign up underneath me in the last 3 years. Okay. I know, right? Where's my Jim Bob mic? And again, it does not have to be that thousands of people. Now, obviously, the more people you present to, the greater the chance that you're going to find someone who is going to make you a millionaire. But, my strong, awesome people, there's not a ton of them. And that's the law of numbers and all this kind of stuff. Looking at the history of MLMs, that's how it always goes. You're going to present to a ton of people. Not all of them are going to say yes. Some will, some are going to drop out. But, who are you going to be? Who are you going to decide to be? Because so much of this business is mental. And so much of this business is you deciding not to give up. I have been stuck for a while. My group is huge. My structure is very bad. I built to silver and 6 only, and that got me really stuck after I hit silver. I hit silver and then was not able to hit gold very easy, and then was not able to hit platinum very easy, and now I'm working towards diamond. But I have 2 massive legs. One that grew on its own and one that I stacked a ton of people in. So there is a balance between building for rising star and building towards silver. Okay. There is not one right answer, but there's a balance between them. So if I had stacked differently, I'd be in a different place, but that's not where I'm at today. So the last probably 6 months, I've been very stuck. My platinum and diamond legs are not growing very much. And some months have been more frustrating than others. But last month, I had 3 new builders pop up, all in the same month, and a lot of times that's how it goes. It's feast or famine. They all popped up. One of them signed up 4 people last month. Another one signed up someone else. and they're just blowing and going. And it reminded me that of a lot of things. That, again, if you quit, have you seen that graphic of the guy digging for diamonds and he quits? He digs this big tunnel and then he quits when there's like this much left. You're welcome. I think transparency is really important, but I think it's also really encouraging to hear that just because there's people that are ahead of you doesn't mean that they don't get stuck and have issues too. But anyway, he stops this far from hitting all the diamonds that he's looking for. So many times that happens in this business. You never know who you're going to come in contact with at the next class you teach. Don't prejudge people at classes. Again, I'm sure you've heard this from other people, but the people at that class might not be your next big business builder, but somebody that they know might be your next big business builder. So your job is to remain consistent. It's to do the simple things. This is the other huge thing that I have been working on in the last month or so, is simplifying everything. One of the things that's really easy to do in this business is to make things super complicated. Don't do it. Don't make it complicated. Going back to the whole pointing people back to the reference book thing, at your classes, make it simple. Don't have 10 flyers on a clipboard and hand it to people as they walk in the door. The amount of information that they actually can absorb is very, very little. And they're going to need to hear it multiple times to probably learn it anyway. So you getting up there and spouting off all this great information that you've memorized is not helpful to anyone, I promise. I still read out of a little book when I teach classes. Yes, I have it all memorized. Yes, I could just tell stories for 2 hours. I keep it short, less than 45 minutes, and I keep it simple, and I keep it duplicatable. I read out of a book so that anybody that comes to my class can go, well, I can do that. Okay. Reading scripts are great. And I'm actually probably going to switch to a couple of the leaders recently have been doing product guides. Everything that I pretty much have been teaching in a class is in the product guide. They have the seed to seal that talks about all the different steps. They have the maps of the different farms. They talk about the ways that you can, use the oils. So Nicole Perez has a really good scope on that. I think Sarah Johnson is somebody else that does this. And so I'm about to dive into that and to look at it. We just got a new product guide. You can't present with a script. Why not? We just got a new product guide. I just ordered a whole bunch of those, and I'm going to pass those out at the class because everybody gets a product guide when they order the premium starter kit. So not only are you doing, yep, there you go. It sounds weird to read from a script. I promise it's not as weird as you think. If you want to use the little starter guides, those are good. But again, the product guide has everything that you need. No, because they get one when their premium starter kit. So what I was going to say is not only are you giving, you're making it simple, but when they get their kit, they're going to get that same product guide. So they've already seen it. They've flipped through it. You've had them flip to some different pages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a class set, or at least enough for people to share so that they can have one and see it. And then when they get their kit, they'll already have had a little bit of experience. The other thing that I like about the product guide is it shows how many products we actually have, because so many people don't realize that we have more than just oils. So it kind of gives them a little bit of an experience with that. So back to my original point. Getting new builders is amazing. And that's not to say that somebody won't become the right builder at some point. One of my new builders has been a member for 3 years. She was one of my first signups. And all of a sudden, this last month, she decided, you know what? I love these products. Why don't I start sharing them with people? And so she actually wasn't a new builder. She has been a user, like I said, for the last 3 years, and decided this last month, hey, you know what? I want to do this. And so that's another thing that's super exciting to me. Don't ever write anyone off. Give them good customer service, help them out when they need it. And then someday they might become the right builder. That's happened with a ton of my people. And those people usually make the best builders because they already know about the product. They already love it. And they're just sharing out of their love for a product. Those are great builders. So you aren't stuck. You just haven't found your next growth yet. You haven't found... that's totally normal. It took me 6 months before I did my first class. I was very opposed to the idea at the beginning, actually, and was almost, annoyed that my sponsor was like, if you want me to teach a class for you, I will. I was like, no, I have no interest. And here we are, 3.5 years later. Anyway, so don't ever write anybody off, but you're not stuck. You just haven't found your next growth yet. And I can guarantee if you quit, you will never find your next growth. You will never find your next business builder. You will never get your next sign up. So one of the things that I used to say all the times on my scope when I was scoping regularly was, you know, if you don't give up, you will succeed. And obviously you have to, you know, you have to do some things there. You have to do some of the right things. You have to be presenting to people and doing classes and stuff like that. But giving up guarantees failure, right? If you give up, you can't succeed, period. So if you don't give up, I used to be a geometry teacher. Don't hate on geometry, okay? But one of the things that we talked about was converse, inverse, contrapositive, all those kinds of things. Hopefully I haven't lost you all. But you know, when you take a statement, you can't just flip it around and it necessarily always be true. So if you quit, you're going to fail. But I think that in this case, it kind of is true. If you don't quit, you're going to succeed. You're going to find that next, you know, sign up, that next business builder. You know, it seems like for me, I'll have, you know, a lot of times, a number of months where, you know, I just feel stuck and nothing's happening. And then all of a sudden I have this amazing month, or, you know, I'll get to the point where I start to feel stuck. And then, you know, that person that I talked to a year and a half ago calls and says, hey, I'm ready to sign up. Or, you know, somebody will randomly, you know, sign somebody else up, or I'll have a really good class. You know, it's, to me, I take it as God, you know, a God wink. I don't know if any of y'all are, you know, God smiling on you that day or whatever, but it's just like a little, hey, I haven't forgotten about you. Keep going. You know, it's just that encouragement that we need so much of the time. So if you're stuck, if you are really discouraged, talk to your sponsor. You know, maybe you need to simplify things. Maybe you need to check out some new avenues. One of the things that I've been encouraging my builders to do this month is, cool, I love it. One of the things I've been encouraging my builders to do is go join something new. Find new people. You know, if you feel like you've exhausted your warm market, you haven't, but if you feel like that, go find a new warm market. You know, my husband joined a new gym. It was almost a year ago. And now, like this month, we are finally reaping the benefits of that. Now, the reason he joined the gym was not to expand our business, was not to get new signups. Hear me on this. When you go join something new, please do not walk in with your Young Living shirt and, you know, your flyers to start handing out. You know, don't do that. Okay. Go make relationships. If you're joining, you know, a mom's group, or if you are, you know, a Bible study or, you know, whatever, going to work out somewhere, go, you know, do that. But as you begin to develop relationships with people, they're going to start to, you know, start to ask what you do or what you're into, or they're going to see you using your oils, and things are naturally going to develop, and you're going to end up with new signups. That's just how it works. And I've experienced it time after time after time. One of my builders, she joined a Bible study, a women's Bible study. And after a semester, she had like 5 people that, hey, I want to know more about these oils. I want to know more about these oils. It just will happen because it's part of your life and it's what you do. It's who you are. And you're going to get new signups. So go join something new. They smell you. So true. That happened in my workout class. Actually, I started Pure Barre about a month and a half ago. Be ready to talk, but focus on listening. So true. Such good advice. And the other day they were talking about, you know, I kept walking around and, you know, smelling, oh, it smelled so good. No. And I just kind of giggled to myself because I always wear like stress away, joy, purification if I need some extra smell protection, or deep relief if I'm needing some extra, you know, relief. So anyway, but yeah, now we're seeing the benefits of that, and we're reaping the rewards. So go join something new, get out of your comfort zone. Go, you know, like I said, take your kids and join a park group or whatever, where once a month, you know, or once a week, you're going out to the park if you're a mom that stays home. So anyway, all right, well, I'm going to leave you with this last thing because I'm going to have to go get my children. There was a blend, and I'm going to have to show you the graphic. This was going around, I don't know, about a month ago or so, I think. And this just kind of reminded me of what I was talking about. So it's called Momentum with Confidence, and this is a blend of oils that you're supposed to put together. If you don't have all these, take the ones you do have and put them together and put them on yourself. Okay, Sacred Frank, Highest Potential, Into the Future, Present Time, Motivation. Sorry about that. Abundance and Believe. Get those oils, put them in a bottle, and put them on you. People have talked about everything from like it just like, you know, makes them feel like they took an energy pill that morning. You know, again, these oils are so powerful, and you know what they do in your brain and how they make you feel emotion wise and stuff is super, super amazing. So along those lines, I'm going to something on Saturday. Yes, where would you like me to share it? I'd be happy to share it. I didn't make it, but I'd be happy to share it. Tell me where you want me to share it, and I'll share it. Facebook, right. I'll put it in my office group. Are you in there? Otherwise, I mean, I can put it on my, I don't know, I don't like to put it on my public profile. Okay, anyway, so this weekend, okay, perfect. Yes, I'm going to put it in the office. This weekend on Saturday, I'm going to a thing about releasing toxic emotions with essential oils. Super excited about this because personally, I have needed this. And last fall, I went to a class with Vanessa Stegner, and it was about emotions and oils and stuff like that. Hey, Danita, it's in Flower Mound. Message me. I'll send you the info. This lady's coming in from Idaho maybe to teach it. I think so. So I'm really excited about it. So if it's everything I hope it's going to be, yes, I'll do a scope about it. That's what I was going to say. If it's good, I'll do a scope next week about it and share, because this is something that I feel like is so underused, is emotional stuff. And the little bit of experience I've had some awesome breakthroughs. And emotions are something that we can talk about compliantly pretty freely. And so it's a really cool way to introduce people to oils. A lot of times people are skeptical about the oils working on, you know, immune support or stuff like that. But the thing that I think that oils work the best on are emotions, you know, behavioral stuff, and well, injuries, which I'm not allowed to talk about. I'm probably not allowed to say that word, but I just did. Now what? But that's it. And you don't have to tell people what they do. You just give them an experience with the oils. And again, the oils are going to do what they're going to do regardless of if I can talk about it or not. So you give them an experience. And I know I'm kind of a rebel sometimes. I don't like rules. I'm not a green. I am blue, red. And so sometimes I have to keep my mouth shut, which I'm not good at. Anyway, I digress. But yes, emotions are awesome with oils. And again, you give somebody an experience. You don't even have to tell them what it's going to do. You just say, here, put this on when you tell that, you know, when you can tell that they're struggling. And all of a sudden they come back to you and they say, what was that? Oh my gosh, that was amazing. So I know. You want to help all the people. That's awesome. I'm so glad that there are yellows out there because I am not one. How do you describe oils quickly to someone that doesn't know what they are? Oils are, amazing, and you should all try them. No, that's not good. What I would say to someone is oils can help support every system in the body. They can help support emotions. They can literally help with pretty much anything you've got going on. And so whether they're looking for natural health support or natural, you know, emotional support, there's no side effects from oils. They're completely natural. Your body metabolizes them fast. They're living energy, and what Jessica said. There you go. They're based from plants, so they're completely natural. Your body metabolizes them much faster. There's no toxic things left over from them. You know, we use them in all areas. I use them on my kids. I use them on my husband. I use them, you know, on elderly people. They're fantastic, and you should try them. You know, honestly, it's not about using the right words. You kind of go towards what they're dealing with. You know, if they start sharing that they're dealing with something, you can be like, oh, wow. You know, and either share your story or share someone else's story. Those are the best ways really to connect with people and to kind of communicate what they do. The oils do everything. And they're not going to believe you until they have an experience, typically. You know, I was talking to my husband yesterday because he was in this men's group and they were asking about what one oil would you give samples to a guy? You know, like what's the oil, the guy oil? And I said, well, there's not one. Guys in particular tend to be very, very skeptical, and you have to, but I mean, people in general are skeptical, which I understand. You've got to tap into what it is they're looking for. Some people don't believe, yeah, it was lavender for my husband. That's probably not a typical guy oil, but that was what he needed. That was what he needed. You know, he had issues, and lavender fixed those issues. And that's where it's important to listen to people. Oils are not a one size fits all. And if you can learn that, you will be much more attractive to people. See, there you go. Lemongrass. My husband does not care for lemongrass because it burns his skin very badly. Lemongrass is a hot oil, so make sure that you dilute it. Again, it's whatever people are struggling with at the time. And some people don't want to use oils for, we'll say, natural support, you know, for their body, but they're totally open to them for emotional reasons. If you're listening to them and you hear that and you're able to present the oils for emotions, you never know, down the road they might be open to other things. I have a number of people who are super skeptical about oils for, you know, lots of reasons. Oh, that's not going to work. Oh, whatever, you know, the rolling the eyes, the laughing, they think they're snake oils kind of thing. But again, if you can tap into what it is they are open to and what it is they are looking for, you never know where people are going to be down the road. One of my main builders, she was so Western minded. Her son had 3 sets of tubes, ditch and switch, scenting and cleaning their home. Yeah, getting rid of toxins. That's a really big thing right now. A lot of people are looking to get rid of the toxins in their home. So talking about, you know, candles and their cleaning products and soaps and lotions and things like that. A lot of times people are open to that kind of thing. So you might sell them the thieves kit. You know, again, just pay attention to what people are looking for. Anyway, one of my main builders, not what I would consider naturally minded when she first started. But she had a need. She had, you know, a hole, and she was looking to fill that hole. Oils filled that hole for her, along with chiropractic care and some other natural remedies. And all of a sudden, her world was opened up to a whole new way of doing things. And I love hearing her talk now about, you know, what she uses the oils for and how little she uses so many of the other things that she used to use. So it's awesome to see people's journey and where they're at. And this is where, you know, no matter where people are at on their journey, oils can help them take one step further to a cleaner life, to a less toxic life. Quick advice if you're around a group of people that have a bad taste for young living. Well, I guess it would depend on why. What is the bad taste? Is it, you know, the network marketing side? Is it the actual oils? Is it they think they're, you know, superstitious, you know, weirdo devil stuff? It would depend on what it is. And a lot of times with those people, I don't know that I would try and argue with them. We're only trying to build and not help. So I would give it time. Again, I don't know that I would necessarily try and change their mind. Something that might help is, you know, stories or just using them. Thank you. I like my wall too. It's super fun. Be a farmer, not a hunter. Really good advice. So a farmer plants seeds and waits. They water those seeds and they wait. And empathize and apologize. That's really good. Talk to them about other things in oils too. That's another really good piece. You guys are full of good advice. A lot of times I'll talk to people about colloidal silver or, you know, garlic drops for ears or, you know, all the different ways. That was so good. I'm going to have to write that down. Hold on. Yes, relationships. Like I said, my husband has been at this gym for almost a year, and people have seen him use oils. He's talked about them. He's let people use them, but, you know, he hasn't been presenting, you know, he hasn't invited them to classes, which is not a bad thing. But he's been building relationships with people, and now they trust him. So yeah, plant seeds. You know, whether you're sharing your oils with them, you know, if they're needing some extra support and you let them borrow an oil, don't necessarily mention, hey, if you want to buy it, just let me know. Just let them use it and then walk away. They know where you are. They know how to get in touch with you. If they want to buy some, they can come find you. You don't always have to be this salesman. Beast mode to the rescue. Yeah. Find new things to join. Okay, so you look at where you're at in life. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to go. You look at where you're at in life and what holes need to be filled. So, you know, for me, I needed to start working out somewhere. So I went and did that. If you are stuck at home alone with kids and you're going crazy, that's a hole that needs to be filled. Meetup.com, that's a good place. You know, for me, I joined some new homeschool groups because we homeschool. Like I said, my husband joined a new gym. His other gym closed, so he kind of didn't have a choice there. But find a hole in your life that needs to be filled. One of the places, church. I've gotten a lot of people from church. We are in a couples life group together once a week, and then for a while I was going to daytime search Facebook groups for like-minded people. That's good. Go, if you're into natural stuff, go to your natural like grocery store and see if they have like a board, and there might be groups, that you can join and meet new people. But, like I said, look at your life, see, where you need relationships, find, like-minded people. If you like to go run, go find a running group. If you like to knit, go find a knitting group. Find whatever it is you like to do and go find other people that like to do the same thing. That's really the easiest, because then you're not, struggling or forcing something. It really is part of who you are, and you're going to enjoy it whether you get any signups or not. And you're going to enjoy, new relationships. All right, y'all. So the farmer, not hunter. That was a really good analogy, and that was a really good comment. Appreciate that. Take a community or college class. Yeah, like if you've always wanted to learn Spanish, go learn Spanish. Yes, I am on Catch. Catch.me/JessJacobs117 is my Catch. So there's a whole bunch of scopes there. I was scoping pretty regularly last fall and then had some personal things, and so I stopped. And so I'll hop on every once in a while here. Hopefully this, like I said, this emotions class will be good this Saturday, and next week I can share that with y'all. So hopefully that encouraged you and, gave you some things to think about and gave you some action items to do. But yeah, don't quit, because then you're guaranteed to fail. Okay? So hope you guys have an awesome Thursday and a good weekend. I'll talk to you later. Bye.